Okay. Oh boy. Okay, can we save here? That's actually also worth checking. Seems like we can. So that's a good sign. Can we check our map? We cannot. Looks beautiful, but also get the feeling that this place was probably destroyed as well. At one point in time, perhaps did have some kind of civilization here, though, based on how we're seeing some ruins. So, Also, probably monsters of some variety. That is perhaps our next portal over there? Hard to tell from this angle, but that looks like it's the same general color scheme. Yeah. And a place of power along the way. I caught it. I'd like to get there. Okay, so that doesn't look like the way down. Well, it actually might be. Not entirely sure. It's a steep drop, yes. But this looks a rather convenient little
Vapors
ledge.
don't look terribly inviting.
Okay, so like, don't go over there, basically. Or at least, if we do, might need to hard remove it? I don't know. I think this might just instantly kill us. Let's try it in the name of science, but I think this is going to instantly kill us and it's going to be game over. Can we do this?
I gotta hold my breath.
We run through it.
Any longer and I'd have suffocated.
Oh, okay. So yes, it does seem as though this is the right way, but we just need to sprint through that stuff. There might be sort of shortcuts if we're able to... We're able to kind of like go off the ledge here. There was the place of power as well. And I was thinking, when I was looking down at like, oh, it'd be nice to get that, but I imagine it's probably not super straightforward. It's probably a little bit challenging to make it happen. And now perhaps we see why. Yeah, I did not mean to do that. Also, I don't recall as to where exactly it was. That's where we were looking from, right? Or somewhere over here? Yeah, there it is. That means that in theory, if we could go down the right side there, probably the path we'd prefer to take, because that looks like the most direct route to the place of power. Is that ledge too steep for us to climb up? Not entirely sure. Not entirely sure. Also, hard to tell from this distance if there is the fog down there or if there is not. Like, we can certainly see there's some there, but that, at least at the moment, doesn't appear to have any. Not sure if it's just going to become more visible once we get closer. Also, what is that? Looks like it's like a chain connected to it at the bottom. Presumably, we're going to want to check that out. But it does mean going back into the fog. Oh, hold on. There's some here. Crystallized essence. Okay, I think we have gotten some of that from, like, wraiths in the past. So it's not super urgent that we get more of it. It'd be kind of nice. But, yeah, let's give it a shot here. Goes quickly. Wow. Oh, that time it's just a runestone. Okay. So, yeah. We lose our breath very quickly. But it looks like... certainly fog over there. I think there is still here as well. Okay, run. This way. Get it back. But we want to go down and to the right if we can. This is where the place of power is. And there does not appear to be fog here. So that's big. Can we hop this is the other question, though. Yes, we can. Okay. Definitely going this route, then. This looks like a place of power that would normally be very easy to miss. Get caught up with all the fog stuff. And forget to go off to the side to pick this up now. Don't think it's going to be possible to go off to this side. I mean, it does. It looks kind of realistic in that, you know, sure, there's this big ravine where there's no way we're getting across that, but, like, maybe if you go back down that way, you could loop around all the way. And then this stuff looks like there are enough changes in elevation that it's possible, but I don't know about that. That seems like an awfully long distance. Like, part of me wants to try it. Let's save now that we've gotten to place of power. Maybe we'll try. Oh, but if it's all covered in fog, then that would perhaps also be a way of sort of preventing people from doing that. But, like, look at that. It looks like there's some steps there that lead to something. I don't know. Like, that does look possible. I'm gonna say that maybe we'll end up there eventually. Perhaps. But then again, like, once we get over in the... Come on, girl. in this direction. Like, there's a portal over there. We're not headed over here. Unless we end up portaling back here at some point, but let's try it. I think we're probably going to end up dying to the fog. But I just want to see if it's even possible.
Should avoid those clouds, or bolt through them.
Yeah, like, is it possible to even go here? And if so, is there anything over here? My guess is there's just a large enough area here with the fog that it's just impossible to sprint across this in time to not suffocate. Oh, we also leveled up. Oh, what? Really? Thought we already spent this point. Really? Maybe not? And we need 3 more to unlock the next row. So I think we do take another in the combat. And we aren't using the heavy strength training, are we? The strong attacks? Don't think so. No. So I think we probably skip on that and continue upgrading Razor Focus, which again will primarily just give us more adrenaline point gain. And once we do that, I think we've already started to see that we're getting adrenaline points really quickly. So we can probably start using Whirl even more than we've used it thus far. I tried to use it on Imlerith a while back in that boss fight, although had very little time in which to make it happen, because it does take a while to get it started, and then the key strength of it is that, you know, you can go on attacking and attacking really quickly, but you're vulnerable for a while. So against bosses, it may not be the best option. I think that it's probably more so a nice thing for large groups of enemies, or we have, against Witcher contract enemies, had a reasonable amount of success with it, but I imagine those are probably generally going to be easier than some of the big bosses like Imlerith and other Wild Hunt enemies that we're going to fight soon. Rend might be more something that would be beneficial longer term. And wait, hold on. Damage portion to the stamina consumed ignores enemy defense and increases critical chance by 10%. So we don't have room for this yet. But I feel like, yeah, we'd have to get rid of something to make room for it, right? Memory. Whirl. Razor Focus. Like, I don't know. I've kind of just, I was acting on the assumption that we probably have Gourmet for a very long time, but maybe we're at the point now where we feel okay getting rid of it and swapping this in for a more directly offensively oriented skill, like, say, putting in Rend. I mean, obviously, Gourmet is still very convenient at times, but seeing as how we don't have any more slots for additional skills, I'm just eyeing this and thinking, this is the only thing that has no super direct benefit in combat. It's mostly out of combat where, you know, you're going to get the full benefit of healing over the course of 20 minutes. Because, like, what battle is going to take 20 minutes, right? Mostly just going to have the basic food duration going to take effect during the battle. I don't know. I mean, it's been so long that we've had this. Maybe I've just been even more spoiled with it than I've realized. I mean, I know outside of combat it's been fantastic for us, but even in combat, is it still useful? Or would we rather have something new like Rend in there, or once we get it, something like Sunder Armor is what I'm really eyeing longer term. I say that because additional upgrades for Razor Focus, not that excited about them. I don't think they're going to make a huge difference at this stage. But eventually, Rend could be a nice way to, again, reduce defenses, further increase our critical strike chance, because that's big for us. So there seem to be more synergies, or at least this feels like overkill. I think there are some like crazy combos we could probably do with like generating absurd amounts of adrenaline and then spending absurd amounts of adrenaline really quickly. And part of that might be combining Whirl with Razor Focus, but... Oh, we got the skill point from the Place of Power. That's where we just got it. Right. But yeah, if we don't think we're going to have room for more than 1 or 2 additional abilities, then suddenly Rend is next to useless for us, right? Because we aren't going to be able to use it, quite simply. So let's further upgrade Razor Focus, but I'm on the fence as to whether we should be spending remaining points on that, or if for the next couple of points while we're waiting to get this last row complete, we ought to go with Rend instead. So, I was wondering if that was going to drop us down right, because I was going to say that we should save here, and then try making this dash across. I'm not sure that we're going to make it, but we're going to try it out. That was also not a great way to start. Yeah, I think we're going to die. Oh. Okay. Okay. Just barely. I can't say definitively that we're going to be able to make it back. This also looks like it is perhaps just more difficult. Easy Geralt. Trying to find any way that we can get, like, just inches closer without running into the fog. Because this certainly looks further than the previous place we just went across was, right? I think. That looks awfully difficult. We cut that extremely close. I meant to, like, jump and immediately start running. And instead I, like, staggered over, so, like, we might have lost some time doing that, but even if we did do it correctly, I'm still not sure we're gonna make this happen in time. Like, do we instantly die when we run out of breath, or no, I think we may just start losing HP, because I see that we have a sliver of HP gone. In which case, yes, we'll take damage, but we might be able to make this work. Let's put our gourmet to good use here. Let's try this. We're gonna see. Oh, we actually didn't even run out of breath at all. So yes, this is possible. Is there anything over here? Is there any reason for going this direction at all? I don't know. Unconventional, yes. Useful? Don't know. Necessary? Definitely not. At least I don't think so. And again, I do wonder, are there additional things that we might find? In the fog? I thought there was going to be fog. But yep, now there is. So there's the portal. Also, this was not the direction I thought we were going to take. I thought we were going to go down that route. So it may just be that there are a bunch of different ways to get here. It was definitely not the way that I thought we were going to take, though. Maybe that's all there is to it, though. You just take your pick. Which direction you want to come from? Yes. I was kind of thinking that we might find, I don't know, maybe not a second place of power, but it's possible, or maybe some other rare loot. But let's go for it. Okay, have the breath back, and well, I was gonna try to see if there's anything on the other side, but here we go. We're underwater. There's another portal here. We probably want to immediately go through that other portal. Otherwise, we might suffocate. I'm just taking a quick look around here to see if there's anything else we might want to get, but I'm not really seeing... Oh, hold on. Can we loot this? It's going to be really tough to get that. That's a runestone. All right. Other side of the portal. This looks more like the type of thing I was expecting. Icy place. Elven ruins. Yeah. This is more what I was expecting.
Cold.
Okay. So let's see. It says just find the next passage. Does seem like that's generally going to be the theme. An unpleasant surprise was in store for Geralt after he departed the Idwith Desert. Havelock was no longer with him. Sage had warned him that something of the sort might happen, but Geralt had quietly hoped that this would not be the case. His hopes had been misplaced, and now the Witcher would have to stumble blindly and alone as he searched for the passage to the next world. Okay. So, I would not rule out that there are actually people from the Wild Hunt here. But, probably are through this. And perhaps announce our presence. Good for now. Okay.
Freeze to death if I don't hide somewhere.
Whoa.
And I gotta find that next passage quick.
Okay. we break this some more? Can't. Okay. Can we look at the map? We can't look at the map. So I don't immediately see anything, which is concerning. So I don't really know what direction we're trying to go in here. I already forget if we saved or not in this new area, but I'll save again just in case. I mean, it looks like the path is kind of curving off to the right a little bit here, so I think we're probably sprinting out and going to the right. Also, didn't see just how much damage we start to take here. It's not that bad.
If I can just find cover along the way, I should make it to the passage.
This cover? Yeah. Nice. Get some wine. Take a second here to have the adrenaline, or not adrenaline, gourmet, heal us back a bit. So, like I said, out of combat, fantastic. In combat, not quite as useful. Okay. So again, like, can we make it behind that outcropping there, maybe? Yes. Yes, we can. Okay. Next, ooh, what's this? Don't know if that's covered enough to shield us from the cold. We're gonna try though. Or even this. Yeah, we're safe here. I mean, loot is not terribly inspiring. Coal was like, I guess something. Try going to this one as well. Yeah, fortunately, there is an indicator. That is... What is this? Tombstone? Okay. It's fairly straightforward to notice which places we are and are not actually taking damage from. Like, for that brief moment there. Yay. I think that's going to be it in this area. But where to next? There's actually a village here. I did not want that to happen. But, okay, we're going down then, in that case. Into this village that appears to have been completely frozen over. Now, ideally, we just take a second here. The gourmet, get us back to full HP. Don't know if there's anything up here, but I'm not sure we're going to be able to climb back up there. Doubtful. So I think we make a move now, and I was curious what was over here. Yup, okay. But it was a little bit outside of the... Oh. But, okay, apparently we're in this building now.
Light in a place like this. Someone must have lit it.
Okay, that was the general direction I was
With
heading
any
for.
luck, it was a certain grouchy elven sage.
There's always a lighthouse.
Snow's up to the rooftops. Wonder how long this blizzard's been blowing.
My guess, a very, very long time. But let's actually double back here a little bit, check what's in the house. Because it does appear, I mean, we are in. Yes, we can definitely go in. At least this one. Not sure if that's going to be the case for any of the other houses, but... Traveler's notes. The worst part? The all-encompassing quiet. It seems there's not a living soul around. Only snow, snow, everywhere snow, as far as the eye can see. Though sometimes we find people still alive in their homes. Everyone is hungry. Everyone is frozen from home. No one refuses to help. They let us warm ourselves by their fire and regain some strength before we move on toward the lighthouse. They say food supplies here have not yet run out. Huh. People can't even make it, are reluctant to try to make it all the way to the lighthouse, and yet those are dead. Up here. Make some more clothing from the cotton. Trying to warm up. Not sure how much of a difference that's gonna make, but it's, given the circumstances, probably worth a shot. Can we actually scout things out from here? Not really. I think we were, to a certain extent, able to do that, though, from the doorstep. Didn't look like it was dealing damage to us here. No. Okay, now it does. We can kind of see a little bit. Like, can we go into any of the other houses? Let's make a move. Damage is actually, does add up kind of quickly here. If we go behind this, does this protect us? It does not. It does not. Okay. I thought it was going to. This surely does, though. Yeah. Okay, so let's take a minute down here. make sure we get some life back. I don't know if this is actually damaging our armor or not. Double check. Let's do that real quick here. Our armor actually getting worn out from this? 100%? 100%? 100%? 100%. I'd venture to say the answer to that question is no. Doesn't look like there's anything we can do here, although, yeah, I did notice this X. Huh? I think that just happens to be... that sign is hovering over that, but that's actually, yeah, meant to be a reference to that fireplace over there. Is there a safe way down, or do we just jump this? Any ladders, for example? I'm not really seeing them, although they can be kind of hard to catch from this angle, admittedly. This side? I think we may be jumping, and the other side, not really seeing any. I mean, we could try to land on a pile of snow, something that's a little bit elevated, so we don't have quite as far a drop. Just trying to save it, just in case this is, you know, fatal or something. Jumping was probably a bad idea, but okay. No, the snow is soft. We take no damage.
What else? Might have expected this.
Yep. Hello, friends. One down. Two down. Quite simple, actually. But there could very well be more, ironically. Very helpful. But yeah, this does certainly give off much stronger Wild Hunt vibes than the other worlds that we were in. Oh, it's vibrating for a second, though. I don't know why. Okay. How far can we go before taking damage? Because, yeah, I think what we're trying to do here is perhaps make our way over to all the doors that have X's on them. I think that's going to be basically our sign of, like, take shelter here. Yeah, let's go for it. Might find ourselves running into more Wild Hunt hounds. What are these supposed to be? Are they, like, underground storage containers of some variety? Kind of seems like it. Also, can we get out of here or up to a second floor, or is this just a temporary place to seek shelter before we make our way over to whatever the next location will be? I think it might be just that. Yeah, I was kind of hoping the shield, or the door was going to shield us from that. Excuse me? What? We're still taking damage? What? Hold on. Can we, like, make a fire? What the heck? We're still taking cold damage. Let's go here. Here we don't. That's so odd. I was going to say, I was curious to see to what extent the fire might affect taking that cold damage over time. I was hoping that by going back in that other building that we were going to find that there was another fire, and we could light, or another fireplace. I was going to light that, and then presumably that would immediately have stopped us from taking any cold damage, but I feel like that might have been a little bit of a bug, because obviously we retreated back to the building, and I was thinking that we would have been safe there, but we weren't. So, I mean, what happens if we went? I don't know if that's going to do anything at all, but I think we basically just need to make a run for it here. Oh, it does work. It actually does work. Okay, safe in here. I think Quen is actually a strong choice then. It held up for a little while. Definitely allowed us to cover quite a bit more ground now. I feel like there's a pretty solid chance there's going to be someone or something down here. Anna's notes. I know not what we will do. Food stocks ran out long ago, save for 1 sack of onions. For a week we've each eaten a few bites of onion a day. Not gonna lie, for a second I thought that was going to say for a second that it said, for a week we have eaten each other. It's like, I mean, when you're low on food, perhaps you do ultimately resort to cannibalism, but when you have an onion, not that that's the most filling of things. You survive on an onion? Let's see. So for a week, we've each eaten a few bites of the onion a day, and nothing else. Children once detested onions, but now gobble their morsel greedily and suck on the skins. Soon, our bag will be empty. No wood or fuel. Snow keeps falling. The mayor has been sending men door to door to hand out modest rations and a bit of wood from the lighthouse storeroom. No one has come for days. Not surprised. Snow is piled nearly to the top of our windows. No one can get to our door. I'm afraid, so horribly afraid, that we will not outlast this winter. I mean, this kind of seems like the endless winter type of thing. All these threats about, what was it? The white frost is nigh, or something like that? The end of all days? That was certainly, if we go way back to The Witcher 1, that was the thing that... Okay, well, obviously, Witcher 1, major Witcher 1 spoilers here, but... that was the thing that Jacques de Eldersburg was warning us about, trying to prepare us for. Perhaps this exact scenario. Okay, there is more in here for us to loot. I mean, you have this little stove. You know, you probably don't have an Igni that you can conveniently conjure out of thin air. If we do need to retreat back to this building, then in theory we might be able to form up next to that. Oh. It looked like... not sure if that was Quen actually expiring from walking out here, but okay, let's try running over to this building. This building. This is also concerningly open. Feels a lot like a place where you fight people. Maybe? Maybe not. Is there a downstairs? It looked like there was a staircase at one point in time. It is now completely covered in snow. Did that one? We did. Okay. Let's also... I think we do need to save pretty frequently even here, because there's that risk that we try making a move to a building that's just a little too far away and we get ourselves in trouble. So... try to make it across the street? Or are we trying to go further down? There's this nasty wreckage rubble over there, which might actually be harder to go around if we're on the other side, but we haven't tried that building yet, so part of me feels like we should at least give that a go. That was Yurden, not Quen, in case you were wondering. And was not intended. Okay. But didn't even need to use up all the Quen there. So completely safely got in here. Bunch of lunar shards. I mean, I think that's kind of rare. Other straps and string, less so. But, okay, at least something to be said. We're going through here. But, yeah, like I was saying, making our way over from this spot to the next spot, that is a question. Like, that door doesn't look like one we can go through. So I actually don't know where we're headed next, and that's concerning. The longer we dilly-dally out in the snow, of course, the more damage we'll take. And there was that rubble. That may actually be something we can hide behind and avoid taking the cold damage from. Can we see out through any windows over here to confirm? Not really. That's unfortunate. Okay. So, I think we save again. Just in case, and when? And run. Like, is this safe? It's not. It's not. We requen? We can requen. We are not working though. We're still taking damage from it. Now we're not. Hold on. Get some HP back. This wall of snow is protecting us. And then eventually we'll... I don't think there's anywhere we can go there. We're just headed through here. And now might find ourselves taking some damage here. Well, certainly at least once we poke our heads through there. That's the lighthouse. So we're getting very close now. Something tells me this is not going to be just a peaceful walk through the park, though. Throw that on. Throw this on. And run. Okay. We stand next to this. Yup. Figured. Find ourselves fighting some members of the Wild Hunt / Wild Hunt Hounds. When he is breaking. So let's just run. I think. Get inside, and are those hounds gonna follow us in here? Maybe we don't check. Maybe we don't check. Outlaw. It is him.
Took you a while? Did you run into trouble?
Yeah, kinda, sorta. A little bit.
No. Just taking in the sights.
You could put it that way.
What is this place? Feels like I've been here before.
It's the Wild Hunt.
You fought Eridan's projection here. Before that, Ciri fought
What?
here. For you.
What are you talking about?
What?
Ever wondered how you managed to leave the Red Riders?
Many times, but I don't remember a thing.
Ciri came for you. She sensed you were in danger, tore you from the Hunt's grasp, then deposited you in the woods near Kaer Morhen.
Did Eridan start hunting her because of that? Because of me? Why didn't she say anything?
What would it have changed?
Wow. Okay. So, for those of you who didn't know, again, major Witcher 1 spoilers. Or actually, that's Witcher 2 where we technically hear about it. It's also probably a component of the books, but at least for the games. Yes, in fact, Geralt was at one point in time a member of the Wild Hunt. We did talk about this a little bit in the past, but still very well. We know how it came to pass. The Wild Hunt presumably, or they supposedly, came to take Yennefer, and then Geralt tried to make a deal with them and said, "No, spare her, take me instead," and took the deal. And so Geralt became a member of the Wild Hunt, and at least for some unknown amount of time, at least unknown to me, he remained a member of the Wild Hunt. Like he just said, he didn't really remember anything during that period of time, and then the beginning of The Witcher 1 is him waking up in the middle of the woods around Kaer Morhen, and that's what he was basically just describing. So what Avlok just did is he pieced those things together, basically said, the way in which you fled or became removed from, were no longer a member of the Wild Hunt, was Ciri came to rescue you, because that, until then, we had no idea how it happened, because supposedly no one else has managed to escape from the Wild Hunt before. Geralt's the only one, and having someone like Ciri who's able to transcend time and space to assist him does make sense that that would be the reason why Geralt is the only one who managed to pull it off. But that was unknown until now, and also does certainly give some additional explanation as to why Eridan is trying to track down Ciri, although I thought the primary reason was the whole Elder Blood thing. So what is this, just an additional reason why he hates Ciri even more? So, okay, lots of questions. What is this world?
Where are we? World of the NL?
No. This is TEDD, the time of the end.
Oh,
The world destroyed by the White Frost.
White Frost, yeah.
Alas, this awaits us all, though at differing stages of our existence.
So calm when you say that.
Eridan succumbed to his knowledge of the apocalypse. Fear rules him now. I'll not commit the same error.
Care to clarify?
Not here. Not now.
Whoa, that's a awful lot of knowledge to just drop on our heads. Okay, wow. So, the White Frost is the apocalypse, end of the world scenario that, what's her name, like Ithaline keeps on prophesizing. And so we've heard that it might be coming. And again, that's something that Jacques de Aldersberg kept on warning us about in The Witcher 1. He was obsessed about it. But you're saying that that happens everywhere, and that basically Eridan has experienced that numerous times, you seem to be suggesting, and has let that fear consume him. Whereas Avlok is trying to make the case, okay, that has led him to do some crazy things that I don't agree with, and so I'm deliberately going to try to take a different approach, and let's hope that is more effective. Now, still, what his end goal is not entirely clear. It's not clear at all, other than just he clearly has quite a history with Eridan and other members of the Wild Hunt. So, but why is Gels such a big piece here, and are they here right now? I mean, you were saying this is not actually, or doesn't seem to be, the place we're actually looking to get to in the end. This probably isn't where we're actually going to find Gels. I suspect we have one more portal.
Going after Gels is proving quite a trek, but I still don't know why he's so important.
Eridan differs from the king he killed. Power for its own sake interests him. He has little patience for bureaucracy.
Sure.
He spends most of his time atop his steed, leading the Red Riders. So what does he need in the capital? A good viceroy. Gels is an excellent administrator and an even better plotter.
Okay.
He's the most dangerous individual amongst the NL.
What? I mean...
You got any weaknesses?
Yes. He's righteous.
Okay. Sure? You're saying that basically Gels has the, in some ways you could argue, the leadership abilities that Eridan does not have, and that Gels is capable, he has the political power to rule the homeworld that Eridan has basically ignored in favor of just going out and raiding places. Kind of like, Eridan is basically like the Skelliger of the group. He's like, yeah, let's go raid some places, get some loot, conquer new territory, and then Gels like, hey, but we excuse me, Eridan, sorry, but we have other things that we need to attend to here in our home world. You see, you can't just abandon all of us over here and ignore us. And so, I mean, yes, I make fun of him, but at the same time, Gels, it seems, according to Alvlok, has been doing a lot of stuff back in their home world, and in their home world, perhaps, at least as of this very moment, has more power than Eridan. And for that reason, if we can convince him to get the other members of the Wild Hunt to go against Eridan, then yeah, that seems to still be the plan. So, but yeah, we went to a place with some weird fog stuff that nearly killed us. What about you?
I was hoping we wouldn't get separated.
I warned you it could happen.
Where'd your journey take you?
Through a world whose sun had just died. I barely reached the next passage in time.
Oh, okay. Yeah, maybe our place was a little bit better than yours in that case. Yeah, the light on the actual lighthouse. Did you put that there?
Light on the peak. Was that you?
I thought it might aid your passage. After all, that is what lighthouses do. Show the way.
True. Alright. That appears to be all the information you can give us, and it was a lot. And you're still withholding some from us, so we still have a lot more to learn. But I suppose we head on out now.
Doesn't look safe here either. Let's go.
This way.
Next passage. When will it open?
Shortly.
Okay. I think here we should pay attention to... Nope. Alright. See you later. Hopefully. Okay, we're in the middle. Oh, Gels Palace. Okay, I think we made it. Avlog. Really like to have you here. Really like to have this not just be us. Okay,
At
good.
last.
This to you, Nalia?
The Palace of Awakening, formerly the Moon Palace. Gel's headquarters.
Let's save this very instant. Stuff is about to go down. In case that's not clear, a lot of stuff is about to go down. Can we look at our... No, we still can't look at our map. Okay. So this is the capital? Place where the Wild Hunt chill? This. Reports. I was actually quite surprised to see that this is in English. Despite the significant measures already undertaken, the situation in the outer regions of the Tilaf Nalia and Tila na Krov provinces has not improved. The sages sent to handle... Yes, I noticed that the word you used there was sage. The sages sent to handle the matter in the field have merely succeeded in delaying the advance of the White Frost. Okay, so yes, they are also perhaps currently on the verge of being overrun by the White Frost, which slowly yet surely engulfs more and more territory. You must accept that Tila na Brune now completely lost. The sages did not reach it in time. It sounds like if the sages get there before the White Frost arrives, there are certain actions that they can take. They can at least slow it. But once the White Frost has overtaken that area, they can't completely undo it. That presumably would take more power than they can manage themselves. I recommend the swift evacuation of the endangered provinces and the strengthening and radicalization of measures intended to seize Anshe territory. Now that's a familiar phrase. Does that mean the world that we are originally from? Otherwise, I must ask to be freed of responsibility for the provinces under my jurisdiction. Lord Helluanwe, Viceroy of the Western Shore. Not a name we recognize, I don't think, but interesting analysis, no less.